One of my very favorite cuisines on the planet has got to be Thai cuisine. And I think it's because of the combination of just incredible flavors. Most Thai dishes have a combination of salty, sweet, and spicy. And that's what we're doing today. We're doing a Thai beef salad. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. If this is your first time tuning in, let us know you're out there by giving us a big thumbs up below, and then hit that subscribe button to make sure you never miss a video. Now, let's start cooking. This Thai beef salad basically has three different parts to it. Of course, you've got your beef, and what we're using today is flank steak. You could use sirloin steak, you can use ribeye, you could use rump, you could use just about any steak that you want as long as it's cooked to medium, rare, or rare. So that's our steak for this salad. And then we've got our sauce, and this is where you get your seasoning. So our sauce is going to consist of fish sauce, lime juice, and palm sugar. If you can't find palm sugar, you can certainly use some light brown sugar, and then just a little bit of lemongrass. And our spicy kick is going to come from a Thai red chili pepper, and we've got some garlic in there. And that will be our sauce for our salad, or our dressing. And then our salad itself, one of the other reasons I love this so much is that you've got herbs in it. And the herbs are not just an extra little something that you add at the end. They are a big part of the makeup of the salad. So we've got cilantro here, and we've got mint. Cilantro and mint are two flavors that are combined often in Thai cuisine. And then we've got I've just got some romaine lettuce that we'll use kind of as a base, and we'll tear some of it and put it in the salad as well. And then the other vegetables are cucumber, and we've got a little bit of tomato that we'll use, and some red onions. Now you could also use some Thai shallots if you want, but the red onion is wonderful for this as well. And then we'll just finish it with a little bit of scallion over the top. And now for a little bit of an addition, we're going to do something, and this is absolutely optional. We are going to make a rice powder. And what this will do is it gives it a little nutty and a little crunch flavor, because it's going to be a toasted rice powder. So we've just got a couple of tablespoons of rice that we're going to toast slightly, and then we're going to crunch them with our mortar and pestle. So those are our ingredients. Let's get started. To get started, the first thing we want to do is take care of our meat. So we are just going to pat it dry, and it's at room temperature. It's been sitting out for 15 or 20 minutes, something like that. And we just want to pat it dry because we want to achieve some caramelization with this, and moisture, as I've said before, is the enemy of caramelization. So we're going to pat that dry. And we are also, while we're doing that, we are going to put our rice in we've got a cast iron skillet here on low to medium heat. And we're just going to put and it's a dry skillet, and we're just going to put our rice kernels in and just let those toast lightly. So back to our meat, we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil. Or actually, we've got grapeseed oil here. And we're doing this so that the salt will stick as we season. So we'll do that. And just season high from above so that the salt distributes evenly. And we'll do that on both sides. That is it for the meat. We will set that aside until we're ready for it, and we'll just pay attention to our rice kernels. Just shake them around from time to time. We don't want them to get too toasted, And you know, as soon as you start smelling it is when it's time to take it off the heat. And while our rice is going, we can get started on our dressing. Our rice kernels are nice and light brown, and so we will take those out and put them in our mortar and pestle. While our rice kernels are cooling down a little bit, let's talk about a couple of our elements here for our sauce. This is palm sugar, and really palm sugar comes in discs like this. As you can see, I've used some of it. So when you're using palm sugar, you want to shave some of the sugar off, but oftentimes it's really hard, and so it helps to use a grater to do that. So we're just going to grate some of this palm sugar until we get what we need. And as you can see, it's kind of the color of light brown sugar. And so if you don't have palm sugar, if you can't find that at your local grocer, or if you don't have an Asian grocer, you can always use light brown sugar. So if you haven't used lemongrass before, this is what it looks like. It comes in a stalk similar to this, or just like this. And usually there's a couple of layers that you need to pull off from the outside. Now lemongrass freezes, and you can still use it and it doesn't lose its flavor. So I'm just gonna peel those off. And if it's fresh from the grocer, you want to bang on it just a little bit, because that really helps to relieve its flavor. So I've just turned my knife over on the back side, and it gets kind of woody up in this area here. So I'm going to take that part away, but we are just going to chop this very, very, very finely, because this is going to be part of our dressing as well. That's all we need for that, and that's how you do the lemongrass. And for our garlic, we're just going to actually crush this clove of garlic, and I will peel it, and then we are just going to roughly chop it, because it will be also placed inside our mortar and pestle. And so we'll just roughly chop it and stick it in with the rest of the ingredients that are going to be crushed in our mortar and pestle. Now we're going to do our chili pepper here. These are quite fiery, quite spicy, so I'm going to do about half of it right now, and we'll put that in with the rest of our dressing ingredients. But then we can always add a little bit more later, because you don't want to add too much, because you can't take it back out. And then the last thing that we need to do is we've got our lime, and we're just going to cut the lime in half. All right, so I've rolled this lime, by the way, so before you cut it, just roll it on your cutting board, and that just kind of gets the juices flowing. It breaks the cells down. So we're just going to juice our lime. And then the next thing that we need to do, since we have all of our elements for our sauce, or our dressing ready to go, we've got our rice here, and now we're just going to crush these rice grains here. And I'm doing it in my mortar and pestle. And you could certainly do this as well as your sauce. You could certainly do them in your small food processor. Or you could always use your spice grinder or your coffee grinder to grind those in. For our dressing, now that we've got our rice granules out, all of those little vegetables that we just roughly chopped, those are now going to go in our mortar and pestle, and we just want to get those. We're basically making a paste. This is going to be the beginning of our dressing. Oh man, so fragrant. You can just smell everything. You can smell the lemongrass, you can smell the garlic, and you can smell the peppers. Just a nice paste. Okay. That gets it for our paste. And now we just add our liquids. So we're going to go with about 2 or 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. And I don't know if you've ever used fish sauce before, but it's a wonderful flavor. It's has lots of umami, and it's a little bit salty. It's a pretty strong smell if you just smell it. But once it gets in your food and it mixes with everything, it just provides an incredible, incredible flavor. So in with our lime juice. And we're doing this now because we really want to let these flavors meld together and start forming this beautiful dressing. All right, let's just give it a taste. It's wonderful. In this case, we didn't put our palm sugar in yet. I was about to say we could use a little bit more sugar. We haven't put any in. So now that's another magic ingredient. All right. And now let's give it a taste. It's wonderful. You can always adjust this to your particular taste. You know, if you want a little bit more spice, you want a little bit more hit of the sugar, you can certainly do that. I've got plenty of lime juice. Everything about this right now is wonderfully balanced. So that's going to be a great dressing for this beef salad. And now for our cucumber, we're just going to cut it in half lengthwise. And because this is a salad and it's going to be combined with other ingredients, we want to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and remove the seeds from this cucumber, from the center of it, so it doesn't get soggy. And then we'll just cut it into half moons, just like that. Perfect. And those, we'll just set those aside for our salad. And now for our tomato, we're just making wedges with our tomato today. So, and it helps to have a really sharp knife, by the way. I'm using actually a fish knife for cutting this tomato. And our red onion. And the same thing with our red onion. We are going to cut that lengthwise, and we're just going to do wedges, similar to our tomatoes. All right, while we're finishing our salad elements, we're just going to put our skillet on a high heat and let that come to a nice heat. We want it very hot, we want it smoking, and then we'll add our oil and then we'll do our steak. So for our lettuce, we're just going to tear some of this lettuce. That'll be all of our salad elements. Salad elements are ready. We've got our cucumbers, we've got our tomatoes, we've got our onions, we've got our cilantro and our mint, as well as our finishing scallions, as well as our lettuce. We are ready to sear the beef. Our skillet is quite hot. You can see the smoke coming from it. And so we're just going to go with a little bit of oil for our beef. Let that get hot. And we are ready to sear. Just kind of get it moved around a little bit. And again, this is quite thin meat, so it's going to cook fairly quickly. And anytime you're putting something in a hot skillet, you want to lay it away from you. So lay away. And we just want to let our beef sit in there and cook for a second. I'm going to go ahead and press it down. Flank steak sometimes has a tendency to curl up because of the long fibers in the muscle. But as you can see, we're not moving it around. We want to have a nice caramelization on the back side of that. And then we will turn it over and cook it very quickly on the other side. And again, we're going for a medium rare to honestly rare on this meat. And let's check it out. It's probably been about a minute. Beautiful. Go ahead and turn it. Nice sear. Very nice. And again, we just want to get a nice caramelization on the backside. You know, if you had a little bit thicker piece of meat, you could certainly leave it a little bit longer, but we are probably just about there with this beef. So we are going to go ahead and take it out. And it is done. We will set this aside and we'll put together our salad. While our beef is resting, we'll just start putting our salad together. So we're just going to put our elements of salad in the bowl, just like that. And not sure exactly how many of the onions we need. And our cucumbers. And we've modified our quantities for a serving of 2 today, so. All right, we'll set that aside and let's grab our beef. Oh, it feels nice. Okay. Beautiful. That is what we want. Nice medium rare. Look at that color. Beautiful. All right, we'll finish getting these sliced up and we'll put it together. Okay, our beef has rested and it's still just wonderfully colored and looks fantastic. Let's get our dressing in, and with the warm beef, it's a little bit warm. It helps everything kind of come together with that beautiful dressing, just like that. Just get it turned over. Let everybody get some of that dressing. Those beautiful cilantro and mint leaves. Fantastic. Oh, cannot wait to dive in. All right, let's get it plated up and give it a taste. It is time to give this Thai beef salad a try. Let's just take a bite here. Let's get some of the beef, a little bit of cucumber. Oh, that dressing, look at that, it's just beautiful. The dressing is just wonderfully balanced. It's, just got a little bit of spice. As a matter of fact, I could probably stand a little bit more pepper in our chilies in this. But the crunch from that rice and the kind of nuttiness from that rice, it's an extra little step, but man, is it worth doing. And the onions, just a great combination of flavors. And then this beautiful Thai jasmine rice, which, by the way, check out the video above if you'd like to see how I make this Thai jasmine rice. And it's fantastic as well. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video on this Thai beef salad, and I hope you'll make it. And if you enjoyed the video, click below, give us a big thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe. It's absolutely free, and ring that bell if you want to get notifications for future videos. We'll see you next time.